Hey guys, this is Martha the Ring Hedgehog with my May TBR, and as usual, it is a huge TBR because that's how I do things. So these are not in any particular order because I didn't feel like organizing them, so I'm just going to show you all the books that I plan on reading, and you can laugh at all the books I plan on reading and place bets on how many I actually get through in May, because I probably won't get through that many because May is a very, very busy month, but I'm going to try. So, first one up is Undertow by Michael Buckley. This comes out May 5th. This is an arc, and I actually really do hope I get to read this before it comes out, because I'm meeting Michael Buckley on May 5th. He's doing a tour, and I'm really excited about meeting him because he was like one of my favorite childhood authors. He wrote the Sisters Grimm series, and I'm really curious to see how he does in terms of YA books. As you know, one of my things was I'm going to read an author from each letter of the alphabet, so author's last name. And again, these are backwards like last time, but oh well. For letter Z, I'm reading Bad Luck Girl by Sarah Zettel. This is the third and final book in the American Fairy trilogy. I've been meaning to read this for a while and decided to throw it on there because I needed a Z, and I'm trying to get through series. For my, and yes, I'm skipping a few letters. I can't do every single letter in the alphabet. That would be ridiculous, but I'm trying to do as many as possible. So, for S, I am reading A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, the first book in the Darker Shade of Magic series. V.E. Schwab is otherwise known as Victoria Schwab. Been hearing nothing but good things about this book, and I really want to read it, so I decided to pull that one. For N, I am reading Mark of the Thief by Jennifer A. Nielsen, the first book in the Praetor War. I think it's going to be a trilogy as well. Pretty new release. I think it got released in March. Love Jennifer A. Nielsen's last series, the Ascendants trilogy. Cannot wait to read her new one. Just cannot wait. I love her books so much. For L, I'm reading Lost in Babylon by Peter Larangis, the second book in the Seven Wonders series. Trying to get caught up in this so I can get the fourth book when it comes out. Liked the first book pretty well. Hoping the second one's better, because we like to see better as the series progresses. For K, I am reading The Lost Kingdom by Matthew J. Kirby. I've had this on my shelf for I think 2 Christmases now, and I really, really want to read it, so I grabbed it. For J, I am reading The Shadow Cabinet by Maureen Johnson, the third book in the Shades of London series. Reading it because it's the third book and I need to get caught up in the series. Hopefully I remembered enough from the last 2 to pick it up and have my memory jogged. For H, I am reading Just Ella by Margaret Peterson Haddix, the first book in the Palace trilogy. The third book in the trilogy just came out in April, so I'm going to go ahead and start reading this series so I can get caught up and read it. For D, I'm going to do The Eye of Minds by James Dashner, the first book in the Mortality Doctrine trilogy. I have put off reading this series long enough. I love James Dashner's books. I've been wanting to read this one for a while, ever since I picked it up. Cannot wait to finally get around to reading it. For B, I am reading Girl of Nightmares by Kendare Blake, the second book in the Anna Dressed in Blood duology. Because I just want the duology to be done. So I'm also in the mood for a little bit of horror. I've been watching way too much Supernatural, so I'm kind of like want a book that's kind of like that. So I'm picking this one up. I guess for M, I'm reading A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I'm probably not gonna. I know I'm not gonna finish this in May. But I've already started it, but I'm gonna read more of it on my flight to and from Nashville. And actually, it goes pretty quickly, so I might get through more of this than I thought I would. We can hope so. I guess for letter R, I'm going to read Beastly Bones by William Ritter, the second Jacoby book. This is an arc. The actual does not come out until September 22nd. But I'm reading this as soon as I can. I cannot wait. I've put it off long enough. And then these are throwbacks from April that I did not get to. But I'm going to read Tunnel Vision by Susan Adrian. This is my letter A. I actually have started this, and I'm about 30 pages, almost 40 pages in. It's interesting so far. Quite honestly, I'm actually not in the mood to read this right now, but I picked it, and I'm going to read it. So, we'll read it. We'll do it. Also, Trotting My Way Through the Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's a super fast read, so I should have actually had it done in April. But I've been just kind of reading a chapter here, a chapter there, and I feel like taking a break from my other books, so I'm getting through it, and it's really interesting. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's different. Also going to read The Field Guide by Tony D. Terlizzi and Holly Black, the first book in the Spiderwick Chronicles. Would have read this in April, just never really got around to it. This should take less than an hour to get through, so I just need to sit down and do it. Also for F, I'm reading Slaves of Socorro by John Flanagan, the fourth book in the Brother Band Chronicles. I know this has been on like 3 TBRs now. I will get around to it. I just haven't felt like reading it lately, and I don't want to read it until I feel like reading it, otherwise I'm doing the book a disservice. So, but I will get to it, hopefully in May. For letter C, I'm reading The Bitter Kingdom by Ray Carson, the third book in the Girl of Fire and Thorns trilogy. Been on a couple of TBRs now too. I've been reading so much fantasy though that I haven't felt like picking up fantasy for the last few months. But I'm going to read this pretty soon because I do want to read it next. I've heard that one gets really good. For O, I am reading Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver, the second book in the Delirium trilogy. This was throwback from April, but I will get around to it eventually. For M, I'm reading The Book of Atris by Rand Miller, the second book chronologically in the Mist trilogy. It's the first book publication-wise, but I'm going chronological. And then a couple of arcs from April that I didn't get around to, but I'm going to, even though the book's already out, I'm still going to read the arcs. Haunting a Sunshine Girl by Paige McKenzie, and An Amber in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir recording. I'm probably just going to actually buy this one because I know I'm going to like it, and I want it in hardcover because the hardcover looks gorgeous. So all those are all the books that I plan on reading in May. I also plan on reading Rook by Sharon Cameron as soon as I get my little hands on it. I don't have it yet. I'm hoping I get it before I fly out to Nashville. By the time this goes up, I will have already left for Nashville. And I'm probably actually going to read that one over on the plane if I have it by then. We'll see. And I'm sure there's some other books that I forgot to grab or that just aren't out yet that I plan on reading too, but as of right now, that's all I plan on reading, and that's probably quite enough. So yeah, that's my May TBR. Wish me luck, and I will see you with my video about meeting Sharon Cameron and Michael Buckley, and then I will see you with my May book haul and wrap up, and my June TBR. I cannot believe it's almost summer, and videos about BookCon too when I go to BookCon going at the end of May. So I will see you guys then. Bye.